Hello everyone, welcome. So yeah, welcome. So basically in this individual reading, this will be for Taurus. This will be for Taurus of March 14th to March 20th of 2026. So this is going to be a reading for you, Taurus. I understand what you're going through, but the way of this is enough is enough, right? I know you're going through in different perspectives. I know what you're going through. But the way of this is, Taurus, I understand what you're going through. I understand. But the way of this is, you need to put the pedal to the metal. You need to pay attention to what you're going through in that way, whether you go for it, right? You go with the flow. But the way this is, whether you pay attention to it in that aspect, that's how it goes in that way, right? You have to be virtue of how it goes in that way, right? You know what to do. But you know what? It's like you have to put things into perspective, right? You have to put things into writing. You have to do what you do, right? Do what you're told to do. By the way, this is how it goes, right? You're not trying to get carried away. You're not saying, oh, I don't need this. But the way this is, it has to be, you know. And there's always a different perspective way of knowing what to do, right? So that's how it goes. So let's see what's going on in this entire perspective, because we're going to understand what's going on in that way. So this is how it goes. So at the bottom of this deck that I'm going to look at is we have the Justice reverse, means you're not telling the truth, you're lying about something, and the Hangman reverse, there's no restrictions. Okay, so Taurus, there's something that's happening in that way, whether you're trying to have the way how this is, but when you have the Justice reverse, you're not telling the truth. I have no idea why, but it's just how it goes, right? There's something that's happening in that way. Okay, so that's how it goes. So we're going to figure out what's happening in that way, because I'll see what's going on. So you will see the cards eventually, but with this is Taurus, I know what you're going through in that way, because you have to do what you can and you have to motivate yourself. But what this is, you have to do exactly how it is, right? You have to be responsible, and when you do it, that's how it goes in that way, because that's what it seems to be. Okay, so I understand of how it goes in that way, and this is how it is in that way, right? So this is the way it is, but the way of how it goes, you have to pay attention. You have to know what you can in that way, because that's how it goes, right? So you have to figure out what's going on in that way, because this is how it goes. So one on the left side, one on the right side. So you will see the cards eventually. So the Queen of Swords, there's actually, you're showing your independence. That's how it goes in that way. So when you show your independence, that's how it goes. So you might be doing this in a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in that way. That's how it goes. In the opposite side, on the right side, the King of Pentacles reverse. There's no problem with money right now, because you have a lot of money. That's how it goes. But this is how it seems to be, right? This is how it goes. So the way of how this is the way it goes. So I'm going to clarify the Queen of Swords, and then I'm going to tell you what's going on. You will see the cards eventually, okay? So you have Three of Pentacles upright, followed with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. So there's going to be having bad luck. Ace of Pentacles reverse, there's some prosperity about money. Stars upright, there's inspiration. So when you have the Three of Pentacles upright, you have excitement. You're going to talk about it. That's how it goes. So Taurus, you might be talking about another Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus in that way. You might be wishing upon a star. That's how it goes, right? That's how it seems to be. So in ways of how you can do it, that's how it goes in that way. All right, Taurus? Now, the King of Pentacles reverse, I'm going to clarify that, please. The Four of Wands reverse, there's no celebration. Six of Pentacles, there's kindness. Judgment, you're taking action. Yeah, because when you take action, you have to do exactly how it is, right? This is how it goes. So this is like almost like that action-packed theory, but it's not really like that, right? So in that way, you have to go with the flow. You have to pay attention to what you're going through in that way. So Taurus, you might be doing another Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, that's how it goes in that way. But this is how it goes, right? You see it as wonderful feeling, but that's how it goes in that way. Okay? So whether you see it as a wonderful feeling, you know how it goes. You have to see it as a wonderful feeling, because that's it is. This is the way it is. So the way how this is, you have to know how it's going to play out in that way. So it seems to be that, right? So this is how it goes. Now we're going to figure out who's in the middle of this situation. And in the middle we have The Six of Pentacles, sorry, there's kindness. So when you have kindness, kindness goes a long way, right? Kindness is a very feeling, because that's how it goes, right? So when you're being kind, you know what to do, right? You have to understand that, right? So you do what you can in that way, and you think, okay, well, this is the way it goes. I need to pay attention. That's how it goes. So let's also with this Six of Pentacles. Hermit Uranus, there's no solitude. Nine of Pentacles Uranus, you're feeling uncomfortable. Ace of Wands Uranus, there's no new beginnings. Gemini, so right, there's restrictions, yeah, because you're being restricted, right? So when you have no restrictions earlier, but then you have restrictions later on, right? That's how it goes. So when you feel like it, you feel like you're being uncomfortable. There's something that was happening. That's how it goes. So in theory, you have to know what's right, how it goes. So what's this star about? Taurus, already you are healing. Okay, what's this judgment about? Hermit, already there's solitude. Okay, so you might be looking for a soulmate. So let's see what's happening here. So let me clarify this Temperance card. Empress Uranus is no nourishment. Fool is upright, there's change. Star is upright, there's inspiration. Yeah, because you're wishing upon a star. So Taurus, I know what you're going through in that way, because you focus on that. You focus about the here and now of this whole entire situation, no matter how it goes, right? So when things are changing, that's how it goes, in that way. What's this Hermit card? Sun card Uranus is negativity. Justice, over you're telling the truth. Justice, over you're taking action. That's how it goes. But when you're in negativity is not a good thing. It's basically how it's going to be happening in that way, and you think, well, I don't know what to do, right? So this is how it goes. Now, I would clarify the left side, but I can clarify the right side. I'm going to clarify the justice and judgment. Lower Sarah, you're making decisions. Justice Uranus, you're not telling the truth. The Chariot Uranus is no progress. The Wheel Force Uranus, you're having bad luck. And Emperor Sarah, you're finding structure. So when you have structure, that's how it goes. But when you're not telling the truth and you're lying about something, it's not happening. It's like there was something that it was going on, and you're saying, well, it was me, I can't do it anymore, I quit. But in that necessity, the way how it works, you pay attention. No matter what it goes in that way, whether you like it or not, but you have to think about it. You have to, understand about the whole entire swing in that way, right? If you're building a swing or whether you are and you're making, a swing for your children, or maybe you're having a swing for your romance, whatever it is, you're basically trying to say that you need it. You need to have a good time with it. But what this is, if you want structure, you pay attention, right? You're paying attention to build that swing, right? That's how it goes, right? So when you focus on that, Taurus, that's how it seems to be. Because you have to tell the truth rather than like lying, saying, I do have a swing, but I don't have a swing, I'm not trying to laugh here. But it's funny though, in that way, right? So you're trying to pay attention to it. What's the star card here? Moon is alright, there's misrotations. Hermit Uranus, you already have a soulmate. Those alright, there's obsessions, addictions, that's how it goes. So maybe you might be obsessing about having a swing. Maybe you're going to have addictions about having a swing. I don't know. But what this is, you're having restrictions and you're being uncomfortable. Because the way how this is, maybe you try to figure out that, well, I need to do this. I need to put some words into it. I need to understand that, right? So in theory, it's based on how you're doing in that way. You think that, well, that's just how it goes. So let me clarify this Emperor. Hermit's alright, so maybe you're going to look for a soulmate. Here from Earth, there's no guidance. Emperor's alright, there's nourishment. 91 Earth, there's no fear. Magician's Earth, there's no skill. Queen of Earth, there's no empathy. King of Swords Earth, there's no knowledge. Ace Swords is upright, there's understanding. That's how it goes. So you might be doing in our Gemini Libra cards in that way, because you focus on that. So if you're focusing about having a swing and you do it, that's how it goes, right? So whether you're having a good time with the swing or whatever it is, that's how it goes. I don't know why I'm talking about a swing, but whether this is, that's how it goes, right? So you pay attention on how you're feeling in that way. You have to go with the flow. You have to pay attention on how you're feeling in that way, right? Because that's how it goes, right? So what's this Devil card about? Five of Swords is already there's conflict. Nine of Swords already there's trauma, and Three of Cups is separate. There's celebration. That's how it goes. But when you are having revenge or you're having conflict or whatever it is, you're not getting along. Maybe you might be playing, but then it's like, no, you're not, right? So when things are not happening all at once, that's how it goes. You have to remember how you're feeling in that way. You have to enjoy yourself. You have to put things into that perspective, right? That's how it goes. So let me clarify this Hangman. Taurus, there's no progress. Okay, so you're not making any progress. So let me clarify that, please. Empress, alright, there's nourishment. Okay. And let's see what this. Let me clarify this Empress card. World Reverse, there's incompletion. Empress, alright, there's nourishment. So just clarify that. And let's see, what's opposite with this Empress? Judgment Earth, there's no action. Sensuous Earth, there's no deceit. Chariot, alright, there's progress. Yeah, because that's how it goes. So when you have progress, you pay attention on how you're feeling in that way. You think that, well, you know, I need to do it. Yes. Because in that way, if you think to yourself, it's like, well, you know, I know what to do, that's how it goes, right? So in theory, it's based on that. It's based on how you think, how you're going to think in that way, in many ways, right, Taurus? So whether you pay attention, you're paying attention, right? That's how it goes. So whether you have this whole entire situation, the give and take of this whole entire situation, that's how it goes in that way. You have to go with the flow. And when you do it, that's how it goes, right? So let me clarify. So at the bottom of the deck, you have basically the Queen of Swords reverse. There's no independence. So that's how it goes. But opposite, you have basically the Tower reverse because there's no transformation, right? That's how it goes. So in theory, that's how it goes. So I'm going to go from the middle to the right, middle to the left. Magicians are right, there's skill. Seven Cups reverse, there's no delusion. Six Cups reverse, there's no the past. Nine of Swords reverse, there's no trauma. Three Wands reverse, there's communication. Yeah, because you're going to communicate. So whether you're going to communicate with somebody that will be into the swing that you're basically knowing, that's how it goes, right? So whether you do it, maybe you're going to have communication. That's how it goes. So you might be dealing with another Leo, Aries, Sagittarius in that way. What's between the middle and the left side? Ten Pentacles reverse, there's no wealth. Page of Cups reverse, there's loyalty. Ace of Wands reverse, there's no new beginnings. Queen of Pentacles reverse, there's no stability. Three of Cups reverse, there's celebration. That's how it goes. So whether you have loyalty, you know, Taurus, that's how it goes. If you want to have celebration, that's how it goes. But when you have the Ten Pentacles reverse, there's no wealth. You think, well, you know, I don't want wealth here. I already have my money. I can do whatever I want. That's how it goes. But when you decide to put things into perspective, that's all you can do at the moment, right? So it's like, all right, I know what to do. All right, this is how it goes in that way. You have to, exactly how it goes. You have to use your motivation to understand that, right? That's how it goes. What's the Three of Cups here? Queen Wands story, there's charisma. King of Cups story, there's support. Hierophant story, there's guidance. Three of Pentacles reverse, there's no excitement. Ace of Cups story, it's upright, there's satisfaction. Yeah, so in that way, whether you're going to have support, satisfaction, or charisma, you pay attention to how you're feeling, no matter how it goes, Taurus. Because in many ways, you have to know exactly how it goes. You're trying to consider your options. And no matter how it goes in that way, you're trying to in-tune that. Right? That's how it goes. So might be dealing with Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That's how it goes in that way. Okay? What's this three of Wands about? Nine Wands already, there's immaturity. Temperance already, there's healing. Six Pentacles already, there's kindness. Yeah, because you want things to put into perspective of the way how it goes. Maybe you're saying that you're immaturity. Maybe you know how to build that swing, or maybe you're going to sit with somebody with that swing, whatever it is. But when you do it, that's how it goes, right? You have to understand that, because in that aspect, you know how it goes. You're trying to believe in order to do that. That's how it goes. And when you do it, you think, okay, well, I know what to do. All right, this is how it goes. You're not trying to complain. You're not trying to, that's how it goes in that way. You think, well, this is the way it happens. That's how it goes. So let me clarify with this Six Pentacles here. Five Pentacles here, there's no insecurity. Some Pentacles are there. You might be looking for a career. Strength careers, there's no bravery. Judgment story, you're taking action. Page 1 story, there's invention. Yeah, you might be being an inventor to create things. 6-1 story, there's achievement. That's how it goes in that way, right? So you know how it goes, right? You're trying to understand what you're going through in that way because you're trying to achieve something. That's how it goes. What's this Ace of Cups here? Two of Cups here, there's no relationships or friendships, okay? 10 of Cups here, there's completion. 10-1 here, there's burdens. That's how it goes in that way. Huh, interesting. Also with the 10 Pentacles. 5 Cups here, there's grief. 10 Swords, there's no conclusions. 9 Pentacles are there's trust. Yeah, that's how it goes in that way. Yep. 2 Swords is upright, so you don't know which path you're going to take, left or right. Taurus over, there's transformation. Empress over, there's nourishment. 5-1 Taurus, there's no chaos. Justice over, you're telling the truth. Yeah, because you're back and forth of this whole entire situation you're going through, right? No matter how it goes, no matter how you're going to face it in that reality, that's how it goes, right? You put things into that perspective. You put things into that way because that's how it goes, right? So whether you understand of how you're feeling in that way, that's how it goes in that way, right? That's how it goes. So I hope you all like this video. Try to understand that because it's very interesting of how it goes. But you know what, Taurus, you pay attention to how you're feeling in that way. So that's how it goes. But I hope you all like this video. Try to understand it. Try to believe it. Try to know because this is how it goes in that way. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day to all, and I'll see you next time when I do. And when I do, that's how it goes. So thank you so much. Have a nice day, and I'll see you next time when I do. And that's how it goes. So thank you very much, and enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye for now. Really, thank you, and bye.